In this video, I'm going to talk about why you don't need to be in a major entertainment hub to do voiceover. Well, at least not anymore. I'm talking you don't need to be in LA, New York, Vancouver, Chicago, London, wherever else. You don't need to be anywhere specific for voiceover. I'm going to address that right now. And also why I left New York. Surprise, surprise, I no longer live in New York. I am now in sunny Florida. So stay to the end and I'll tell you exactly why. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I have done it. I have moved from New York City to Florida. I now live in northern Florida in sunny Daytona Beach. I live right by the racetrack, which is great and also infuriating. It's bike week and they have bike races and you can hear this across the city. So, do you need to be in a major hub to do voiceover? Not anymore. When I moved from Vancouver to New York City, it was in the middle of the pandemic. I wasn't just going there for voiceover, I was going there for acting as well. And before the pandemic, even for voiceover, you would still go for bigger jobs. You'd go into studio and there'd be an engineer, producer, casting director, and you'd go and you would audition that way. Sometimes you could send an MP3, but it was always better to go in person so they could see the person behind the voice. So when I moved to New York, I assumed when the pandemic ended that also everything would go back to being in-person auditions, and it didn't. It didn't at all, and especially not for acting auditions. I also do on-camera acting, and that has always been self-tape. They don't know unless you tell them what city you're in. You could be in Tucson, Arizona, and tell them that you are in New York City, and they'd have no idea. Unless they tell you to go to set the next morning, then you better jump on a plane. But no, the world has changed post-pandemic, and it seems pretty apparent that in-person auditions aren't coming back. Also, as far as recording in studio, I have, since the pandemic, recorded in studio maybe between like 10 and 20 times. I'm not sure the exact number. But that being said, I've never recorded in studio post-pandemic with the client in the room. Even when I was recording not in my home studio, but in a studio in New York City, I was recording with a client who was calling in remotely. So there was almost no point in me being in that studio because my home studio was just as great. What I'm saying is, if you're in the middle of nowhere, if you live out in Narnia, if you live in the boonies, the sticks, if you live out in rural America, or you're out in rural Germany, if you live in Costa Rica, wherever you are, if you've got a stable internet connection, a really good internet connection, maybe get one of those Starlink things. If you've got that, you are good to go in voiceover. At least you don't need to be anywhere, and that also goes for video games and animation. Maybe if you book a big Pixar movie and it's starring The Rock, they might want you in the booth with The Rock to act out the lines in animation, but that's certainly not going to be the case for most everybody. That, I hope, brings a lot of calm and clarity to those of you who don't live in New York or LA, can't afford to, don't want to move there. You like where you live. You can stay. You don't need to anymore. In fact, there is a flood of people leaving LA and New York because it's crazy expensive. I'll tell you about my personal experience in New York. I thought New York was great. It's a great city, and I may go back one day. I'm definitely going to go back to visit. But the one thing about New York, you don't realize till you get there, it's exhausting getting around. It's easy to get around, but it's not like it's physically like difficult. I don't know, I'm being a big wimp. Getting on that train and going somewhere, you gotta walk to the train, you gotta wait for the train, you gotta go to where you're going, and then you gotta walk from there. It's like, usually like, I don't know, from my place to Times Square, it was only about like 35, 40 minutes, the whole thing. But anywhere beyond that, like if you gotta go deep into Brooklyn, which you often do, if you're meeting friends or you're going to, like, let's say a studio out there, you're going to Harlem, anywhere else, you gotta take that train. And it would sometimes take an hour and a half. Now, on the flip side, if the trains aren't running, you gotta take a cab or a lift. Like, you're talking like $100, better side of $100. I was doing well in New York, and it felt like I was just getting by. And I mean well, like multiple six figures, and it felt like I was just getting by in New York. That's also one of the reasons that played into me leaving, is because like I just feel like at this point in my life, I'm done living a life where I'm like, just getting by. I want to live well, and Florida presents that opportunity. There's way less taxes here. You don't pay state tax. It's always sunny and warm. Well, not always sunny and warm, but it's definitely a lot sunnier and warmer than New York City. The beach, I miss the beach. I grew up on an island surrounded by beaches, not like the beaches here. And it's nice to take a break from, the hustle and bustle of New York City. The New York's got a great energy to it, and if you want to go for it and live in a tiny apartment and do that whole thing and feel the excitement, I recommend it. Go for it. Just know that to get by in New York City, you got to be making $10K a month. Unless you have roommates and all that, and you want to be eating mac and cheese at night, then go for it. But if you're gonna go see shows, you're going to go out for dinners and stuff like that, you got to be raking in at least $10K a month, or you're gonna have a hard time in New York. That being said, if your hometown, if it's not expensive, like for instance Daytona Beach is not expensive at all, you can get by with much less. It just so happens that this point in my life, I want to live well. That's one of the reasons I moved here. There's one more reason why I moved to Daytona Beach, but I cannot disclose it yet. I will be telling you guys very, very soon. But back to the whole point of this video. So let's say you live in, one of my students lives in Thailand. He's American, he lives in Thailand. He's fully capable of doing voiceover from there. However, because he's on that side of the world, you got to work, if you're working with American clients, you got to work off their time. So you might have to get up at weird times to do voiceovers, like 2 o'clock in the morning, or to do them at 9 o'clock at night. It's just the time difference you got to be aware of. But let's say you're in, I don't know, Colombia. You're not in a weird time zone as opposed to America. I think, where's Colombia? Would that be Central? No, it wouldn't be. It would be East Coast. East Coast time. But you could just go live wherever you want in Colombia. Much cheaper lifestyle for voiceover, stable internet connection, do voiceover from there. So, I'm really interested to see where the future lies for voiceover, because I think a lot of people haven't explored living in unique areas for quality of life for voiceover, because you can totally do it. You can move to a place that's, like, for instance, I traveled through Nicaragua. It's very cheap to go throughout Nicaragua. So, depending on where you are, stable internet connection can be difficult. But as long as you go to a place and you have one, maybe you get one of those Starlink things, you could live a really, really, really well life for super duper cheap. Same as Thailand as well. So, something to think about. The main thing is you don't need to go to a major hub to get ahead in voiceover, and you don't need to go to a major hub to get a big agent in voiceover either. I've got many students that are with big clients like CESD that don't live in major hubs. They do just fine. Now, one thing I would say is if you don't live in a major hub and you really want to go for a voiceover and all that, just make sure you have some savings just in case a client says, every now and then I will see auditions that'll come through that say LA local only, New York local only, meaning they want you to go record in studio for whatever reason, but they don't want to fly you out there. So if it's a big enough job, it could be worth it. Plane ticket, you can get one, return for as long as you look on like Skyscanner or something like that. You can get a return ticket for like $500 or less, depending on where you are. And hotel, like what, $200 a night, if that. So if you're doing a job that's multiple thousands of dollars, just fly out. Either way, yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse here. The point is, the world has changed. If you hadn't known, or if you're thinking of getting into voiceover and you're like, I don't know, I live in Detroit. There's no voiceover here. It doesn't matter. You can do it wherever you want. As long as you have a stable internet connection, you have a good home studio, you can do voiceover from anywhere on the planet with a stable internet connection. If you're brand new and you're looking to get into voiceover, check the links below. I have a link to my free community. I have a link to my paid community, VoiceOver School, where we spill the beans on everything, all the secret sauce in voiceover to get ahead. If you're having trouble with the pay-to-plays, you're not getting work, and don't succumb to the negativity about them. Learn how they work. And we teach you how they work in VoiceOver School. We just had Mark Grau join us as a resident teacher. We got Jordan Reynolds coming back, the audio ninja himself, to give another presentation on how to do post-audio production from home at the end of this month, being March. We are on March 6th today, so you'll probably see this on the 9th. I think. We'll see. Parush, we'll see if you can get it out in time, because I'm super late in getting this to you. It's been a struggle, you guys. I've been trying to keep up with these videos, and I'm like trying to deck out my new studio. You'll see it. Like right now, I've got my tri-booth set up, so I don't have my studio thing set up, but I'm setting it. I'm getting it all set up soon. I'll give you guys a tour of the new house and studio and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, check the links below if you want you want to check out VoiceOver School, there's a link to that. There's a link to book a call on the VoiceOver School About page, and we're also doing 7-day free trials. You know, I can tell you all day about what we do in VoiceOver School. The best way to do it is just join in for a 7-day free trial, no commitment. You can come and check it out for 7 days, and if you don't like it, bounce. All good. Other than that, yeah, so VoiceOver School was commercial based. We teach you how to book commercials mainly. Now we're teaching video games animation as well with the addition of Mark Rao this month. So yeah, some exciting stuff happened. Check it out, 7-day free trial. Other than that, I've been Jesse. This has been another video, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.